This time, Mayor Kellar.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chairman Manchin and members of the committee. My name is Bob Kellar, and I am the mayor of the city of Santa Clarita, California. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today in support of S771. I want to begin by thanking Senator Boxer for sponsoring the bill. I also wish to extend the Santa Clarita City Council's appreciation to Senator Feinstein for co-sponsoring 771 and to Representative McKeon for his long-term involvement and leadership on this issue. I'm proud to have with me today my colleague on the Santa Clarita City Council, Mayor Pro Tem Laurene Weste, who sits behind me. Additionally, we have Cliff Kirkmeyer, Executive Vice President of Aggregates and Mining Resources for Cemex USA. I ask the committee's consent to have the entire text of my statement and Cemex's statement entered into the record. This bill is the product of over 6 years of partnership between the City of Santa Clarita and Cemex in a mutual effort to find a responsible resolution to a difficult problem. While some may feel that 771 may not be the perfect solution, it represents our best ongoing collaborative efforts. The Santa Clarita City Council remains committed to working with our legislative delegation, Cemex, and other stakeholders. During the past 14 years, the City of Santa Clarita and Cemex have been in dispute over the company's proposal to site a 56 million-ton sand and gravel mine in our community. The proposed project goes back almost a quarter century when two 10-year consecutive mining contracts were issued by the Bureau of Land Management to Cemex's predecessor in interest, Transit Mix Concrete. The proposed mining area is located on split estate, with the surface owned by the City of Santa Clarita and the underlying mineral estate owned by the BLM. While small-scale mining is an integral part of our community, a large-scale mine is clearly incompatible with the vibrant urban area of today. For example, in 1990, when the contracts were issued, Santa Clarita's population stood at approximately 110,000 people. Today, Santa Clarita's population has almost doubled and now places our community in the top 5% of California's 482 incorporated cities. We expect that significant growth will continue into the future. 14 years ago, when the environmental documents were released, the City of Santa Clarita began administratively and legally challenging the size and scope of the project. Between 1999 and 2006, Santa Clarita and Cemex engaged in an aggressive legal and public relations battle that cost both sides millions of dollars, but brought us no closer to a resolution. Since 2007, the City and Cemex have been working in partnership with Senator Boxer, Senator Feinstein, and Representative McKeon to craft a mutually agreeable solution, which meets the goals of our community's residents while providing Cemex with appropriate compensation for their contracts. The legislative history reaches back even farther, with legislation having been introduced in each of the past 6 sessions of Congress. We are now at a critical juncture. If we cannot bring closure to the issue during this session, Cemex has indicated that they will have no choice but to go forward and obtain the final permits leading to the mining of the site. Many years of cooperation and trust will be lost, and, more importantly, the community will be changed forever with the establishment of large-scale mining. The City of Santa Clarita's opposition to the proposed mine is founded on 4 primary areas: traffic congestion, air quality, loss of irreplaceable habitat and open space, and significant depletion of the quality of life for our citizens. Over the past 5 years, departments of the federal government have conducted or participated in 4 different studies that have identified the upper Santa Clara River area in which the mining project is proposed to be located as an important area for ecological resource protection. The United States Forest Service, National Park Service, and even BLM have independently validated the importance of habitat and open space resource protection in the upper Santa Clara River watershed. This new information certainly is worthy of your consideration. We have forged a coalition of business, environmental stewards, and government, including California Natural Resources Agency Secretary John Laird, on behalf of Governor Jerry Brown's administration, in support of 771. The bill authored by Senator Boxer and Senator Feinstein facilitates the protection of important and potentially irreplaceable natural resources while providing for fair and appropriate compensation for the contract holder. Santa Clarita and Cemex are committed to working with Senator Boxer to achieve a 0 score on the bill from the Congressional Budget Office. On behalf of the Santa Clarita City Council and our constituents, I urge your support for S771. I would be pleased to answer any questions. Thank you.
I'd like to just start out with a couple of questions, if I may. Mayor, you were just mentioning on that. I would just ask, do you have any opposition whatsoever? Is there any groups opposing? I know you told me everyone, your delegation's in support, you're in support, Cemex is in support. Are there any organized opposition groups?
Senator, in fact, we have over 100 entities throughout the city of Santa Clarita, school districts, water boards, homeowner associations in support. I am not aware of a single organization in opposition to this bill.
And on top of that, I know we were talking about scoring.
Yes.
And I think Mr. Ellis said I know we're losing $28 million in royalties. There's another $450 million he mentioned of lost revenue to the taxpayers.
I don't believe that is completely the case, and I state that because the first 10 years are the years that we are looking at. As you know, there are 2 10-year contracts. His numbers project beyond that, should they have authority to move forward with additional contracts at some future date and time. So I don't believe that those numbers are really legitimate.
And you are capable of handling the 28
That's correct,
million.
sir.
Thank you, sir.